There was no one left that had anything to do with whatsoever. Everybody was gone, and two of their wives. And I was on parole. Yeah, you guys are on parole, I think, some of you. Anyway, you know, you had a report every, and I was considered a member of organized crime, so I had a report like every couple of weeks. I think every 2 weeks I had a report from my parole officer. And so the feds had the right to come to my house anytime they wanted to, because I was on parole, and search my house and, you know, go through all my shit. And, you know, and they knew I had something to do with the robbery. And they started, you know, trying to flip me then, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be here, you know, I just, you know, you're in my house, you want to talk to me, you have the right to. Let me call my attorney, you know, then, you know, get the fuck out of here before my attorney got there sometimes. But they started breaking my balls. What was the question?
No, you're doing fine, you're doing fine. I mean, you're arrested, you say you're on parole, but you say that the FBI are trying to flip you.
Oh, yeah.
And you've also got, you're also starting to get messages from different people, and you're hearing about.
Well, everybody,
you know what Jimmy's like. Jimmy liked putting people in refrigerators, you know.
I mean,
he was putting people's families in refrigerators, and you're starting to think about Karen and your children, aren't you?
Absolutely. I mean, I knew that, you know, I mean, eventually, I was the only guy left. That was life. You know, it just was, you know, I don't know if he didn't want to give me my money, or I don't know what his reasoning was, or maybe he thought I was weak, because the feds kept busting my balls. Like a jerk, I go tell Jimmy, the fucking feds were just at my house again, you know, asking me all these questions. Every time I'd find a body, they'd be on my house, the agents. You know, and it was a tough, you know, not for me. You know, it wasn't easy. You know, then I opened my stupid mouth to Jimmy. You know, told him that, why the feds bothering me? And then Jimmy started to get a delusion. You know, why the fucking feds going to his house every time to discover a body? You know, and that told me, Henry, you're going to be next, you're the only one left. I mean, they knew the whole story. You know, the FBI and, you know, all the other law enforcement agencies involved. But, you know, they couldn't prove it.
I think you've already explained it. I mean, I have to a degree. You had your family, you had Karen to think of. But, you know, the question I suppose everybody asks is why turn informer?
Why? Because I heard Jimmy and Paulie on a tape recording. I mean, everybody's phones were tapped. Pay phones that we used in all the clubs that we went to were tapped. And they played the tape recording. Jimmy says, you know, we got to get rid of the kid. Meaning Henry. Yeah. And Paulie gave me okay, what? You know, and then, you know, on top of it, they tried to nail Karen, you know, snatch Karen. I was supposed to meet Jimmy that day. You know,
that's at the infamous scene in the film where you're supposed to meet him at the restaurant, at the bar which you never frequented.
Yeah,
you're supposed to go.
It was a Gambino bar. You know, the Gambino. And you know, when Karen went there to, you know, to tell Jimmy I wasn't going to show up, and that's when Jimmy said, you know, go get these silk dresses I got, you know, these Gucci's or whatever they were, you know. And she was smart enough. I told her, you know, you smell anything, get the fuck out of there, you know, get the fuck out of there quick. And she did, you know. And that was a short book account. I mean, you know, go after me. I live by the sword. I was willing to die by the sword, you know. And I didn't give a, I mean, honestly, you know.
Because of self-preservation, you looked after number one. And your family, and your kids. You made the biggest sacrifice.
Come after me. You know what I mean? Leave my fucking family alone. Don't try to ruin my life. You know what I mean? You know, that's why, you know, when you sit at the beginning of the conversation, you know, they still respect those, you know, honor amongst the mafia and shit. It's bullshit. I mean, it was, you know, in the circle I ran, and I ran pretty much, you know, with the government.
Jimmy obviously was pulled in, arrested.